Today I'll be showing you how to use the Mupen64Plus N64 emulator, the standalone version that has to be launched on PowerShell or CMD. I'm also going to show you how to use it with high resolution texture packs. So to start off, we'll need to download it. You need the zip file that I'm showing you here. You can extract that to wherever you want. And then we also want a video plugin. This Glide N64 one is going to give us a better experience than the default Rice one that comes with that first download. So if you follow the way that I'm doing this on screen, that is how you get to that DLL file. You're going to have to put that DLL file that we just downloaded into the Mupen64Plus folder that we downloaded during the first part of this video. Should show in there just like that. Then to actually launch this program, we're going to have to use PowerShell. You do that by holding down Shift, right-clicking, and then selecting the Open PowerShell window here option. You should see a window pop up like this, except it's going to have your username instead of mine. And what we need to do is type in the name of the Mupen64Plus UI console exe, and then we need to let it know what ROM we want to play. And so we can just drag and drop our ROM in, and it writes out the full path to it. Then you press enter, and it launches. Yours will probably be in a small window, though, since you haven't messed with any of your settings yet. So the next thing we need to do is exactly that. We need to mess with the settings, but we also want to launch our games using the Glide N64 plugin instead of the default Rice one. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in that same command, but we need to add in this graphics option and point it to that DLL file so that it launches with that instead of using the default Rice one, like I was saying. And then just press enter, and it should launch just as normal. To close the emulator, you just press escape. And so now we're going to mess a little bit with the configuration settings to allow us to use high resolution texture packs, as well as make the emulator run in full screen like you were seeing. So your folder for Mupen64Plus it should be located in a path similar to that, in your app data, roaming, Mupen64Plus, all under your username. And so you're going to launch the configuration file inside of a code editor. And we first want to change some of the settings below this video general part. We want to change that to full screen. And those two parts are going to be whatever your screen resolution is. Usually it's 1920 by 1080. And next we need to change the setting that allows us to actually run high resolution texture packs. So you'll see that's near the top of the screen there. High res textures enable is basically what that's an abbreviation for. Change that to true instead of false. And we probably also want to change this setting to say true as well on the save the texture cache. And if you want it to look exactly the same, you would change this aspect ratio setting to 2. So then save that file, and you're done changing the settings. Then we need to just put in our high resolution texture pack to this folder that I just showed you. You might have to create that folder. It should have exactly that name, high res spelled together _ texture. And then you're just going to take your texture pack, which has to have the right name. It's usually just the name of the game. You copy and paste it into there, or just get it in there somehow. And then after doing all that, you just use that same command we used before, and it launches your game for you using the high resolution textures instead of the other ones. So sometimes people will have HTC files that they want to use. That's another form of high resolution texture pack. And instead of putting that into the high res texture folder, you just want to put it into the cache folder like I'm going to show you. I've explained all of this inside a very detailed written guide that I'll link to in the description. So that could be a very good resource for you. So I hope that this was helpful to you, and if it was helpful and you liked it, just give me a like and I'd appreciate it. Thanks.